And now is the time where we center ourselves and we take a few moments in meditation and silence. And our theme today is Peace, Be Still. So let us generate peace in ourselves, in our minds and bodies, by taking a deep cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale. And feel the wave of peace and relaxation flowing through your body as you breathe deeply and intentionally. With every breath, feel more and more peace throughout your body and soul. Become fully relaxed. And now let us take ourselves in our minds out to nature and see yourself next to a beautiful pond, a beautiful still pond, either in the mountains or in a forest or in a meadow, or wherever you are most relaxed and peaceful. Imagine this beautiful pond of clear, smooth water, and appreciate the stillness. And the peace that is in this pond. And bring that into your soul and let it cleanse your heart and mind. And now take a pebble and toss it into the pond. And see the gentle ripples flowing out from that one spot. The gentle ripples flowing out, bringing peace out from ourselves to our families, our communities, and to our world. We have the choice to bring peace at any given moment, at any given place, in any given circumstance. I center on the peace and love in my heart first, and share that out with intention in everything I think, say, or do. And in the silence, let us take a moment to ponder peace, be still in our hearts and minds as we see it rippling out throughout the world, throughout the universe. Take a moment of silence. And we bring our focus back to our peaceful space, this beautiful pond that is always here, always available. For us to gain peace and love and share that with the rest of the world. For that is our gift. That is our purpose. That is how we choose to live. In love, in peace. Be still. And for this, we are grateful. Amen. And next, we will continue our celebration with the singing of Joe Fred Paprocki for that beautiful song. So, welcome everyone on this unique Sunday that we have here at Unity of Madison. Welcome everyone that's here and online and just in our thoughts of our community. You may be wondering why Reverend Evan isn't here. Well, Evan and Mindy, his wife, are in Texas because Mindy's father made his transition, and the memorial service was yesterday in Texas, so he asked me to fill in, so that's why I'm here. And we want to send our blessings and love to him and Mindy and the family and their community at this time also. So I welcome the opportunity. So, peace be still. And a lot of things have been going on lately, in case you haven't noticed. Okay. And actually, like over a week ago, or last Saturday, when I was first, Evan contacted me about doing this, I had one idea, and then things started changing, and obviously I shifted. Because right now, we need peace. And peace be still became the theme that I chose. And we all know what's been going on, so I'm not going to get into that, but we have our pandemic that's been going on for months, and we're dealing with that. And then we had the tragic death of George Floyd in Minneapolis and all the things that happened since then. And I thought this peace be still, which are the words of Jesus Christ, would be the thing to bring to this time. It's what I can bring to this time. So that's what I'm doing. Peace be still comes from the Bible, the Gospel of Mark in the 4th chapter, where Jesus and the disciples are crossing a lake. And it reads, "And there arose a heavy storm and wind, and the waves kept beating into the boat so that the boat was nearly filled. But Jesus was sleeping on a blanket in the stern of the boat, and they came and roused him and said to him, 'Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?' So he got up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, 'Peace, be still.' And the wind quieted down, and there was a great calm." So that's a metaphor, a representation. But metaphysically, what we look at in unity is in ourselves and in our minds. So where is the storm? The storm is in our minds and hearts. It's all those things going on that are causing us to feel flooded and feel like we're drowning and feel like we're at risk, okay? And metaphysically, what is taught here is that what we can and need to do is to focus on our Christ presence. And that's what Jesus was saying. If you have faith, if you focus instead of on the storms, if you focus on the Christ within, it is peace. And you can express and manifest peace. And that is his message there. You awaken the Christ within. You can bring out peace to calm your mind, body, and soul. And whatever ways work for you to focus on that Christ, that's what Jesus is saying. Do that, and you will find the peace. Now, it starts within, and it's within our control. And the other side of the coin is we have free will. So we can decide to do that or decide not to do that, right? We can decide to focus on whatever we want. We can decide to believe whatever we want, think whatever we want, say whatever we want. That's the beauty of free will as a human being. But the question is, what do I want to bring out? What do you want to bring out? Because we can bring out stuff that isn't so helpful. Also from Mark, it says, it is what goes out of man which defiles man. For from within, from the hearts of men, come evil thoughts such as fornication, adultery, theft, murder, extortion, wickedness, deceit, lust, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, and foolishness. Has anyone seen any of that? Okay. And that comes from us too. And that's our choice. And that's where we need to focus our mind is what's our intention and what are we going to bring out? Do we want to bring out those things, or do we want to bring out the peace, the love, the compassion of the Christ? And that is totally in our control. And what we do affects everybody, in my opinion. You know, we are part of the collective consciousness. So if I'm caught up in all the things that are bothering me, that's the consciousness I'm sharing. Is that what we want more of? If that's what you want more of, then keep doing that. But if you want more of peace, then we need to shift that and focus on our Christ consciousness. As I said, a lot of things were changing this week. And for me, this was a whole process. And, peace be still, I wanted to say the slide up there is a mural from Unity Village. And there's a small peace chapel there. And when I first saw this back 38 years ago, it just stuck with me. It's a small chapel that has 6 chairs. And it had a phone that went directly to Silent Unity, which way back then was actually right above the Peace Chapel. And you could call up there and get a prayer, but it was our Peace Chapel. And it just stuck with me. It resonated with me, and ever since it's been a personal mantra for me for meditation and things. And so that's where the Peace Be Still originated for me. Next slide. Also this week, and this is the beauty of technology, on Facebook, through the Daily Fillmore on Facebook, this came through this week. And this is a statement of faith that Myrtle Fillmore wrote back in 1897. Okay? And it just struck me as awesome, and let's bring it to life now. So I'm going to take this statement of faith line by line and just talk about it as we go. I do not believe in evil, I believe in good. Okay. So there's a couple ways of looking at that. In terms of spirituality, if we believe that God is good and God is omnipresent, then it's only good, right? Evil as a universal force that has to be reckoned with and fought with is not something that I believe in. You know, evil things happen that we see happening, but it's brought out from our human ego self. It's not like there's a universal force of evil equal to the universal force of God, Spirit. Okay? We believe in one God, which is good. I do not believe in sin. I believe in truth. So sin in a traditional sense of many people think of someone being bad and horrible and, you did something wrong and all of that. What it is we make errors. We're all human and we're, at least I'm not, I'll speak for myself. I'm not perfect. Many people know that. And I make errors, and that's sin. And understand it's error thinking as well as actions. All right? So when I'm thinking fear and hate or whatever, those kinds of things, that's error thinking. That is sin, even if I don't hit somebody or do something. It's still sin because our minds are there, and it's an error to the truth. I do not believe in want. I believe in abundance. So the want is a consciousness of a zero-sum game, right? That if you've got something that I want, I can't get it. There's not enough. I got to take it from you. I got to fight you for it. Those kinds of things. That's the want that many people perceive. But what Jesus taught was abundance. And think of the parable of the loaves and fishes. I mean, there was no logical way for any of that to happen, yet produced abundance. Okay? There is more to be manifest than we can see in just the daily zero-sum game that we often get caught into. And there is enough for everyone, for all good. I do not believe in death. I believe in life. Now here again, how do you define that? Well, if we believe we're spiritual beings, which I do, then I'm not just my physical body. Yes, I have a physical body. Yes, this physical body will pass in some way at some time, but I will still exist in life in some way as a spiritual being. I don't know exactly how, I don't know exactly where, I don't know exactly what will happen, but my physical human beingness may end, but my life and life does not end at that point. I do not believe in ignorance. I believe in intelligence. And ignorance is, in many terms, fed by our human egos. And a lot of the things, beliefs that we have been built up over the years from our society and other places, and that leads to human ignorance. Okay? The intelligence is the intelligence of God, of spirit, of the Christ within us. And am I focusing on that and listening to that? Listening to the still small voice? Listening to the guidance every day when I'm doing things? That's the real intelligence, instead of getting caught up in my ego and all the assumptions, as Reverend Evan talked about last week, and other things that we do that create ignorance. So do we want to create ignorance or create divine intelligence? Our choice. There are no discords in my being. Being is peace. Sometimes I think there's a big difference between being and thinking. It's like a lot of times thinking isn't very peaceful, because of what we're focusing on and all the things going on. And I say at that point, it's just like, just be. Stop thinking and just be. And be in the moment. And you can be active, you can be passive, you can be whatever you want, but just be centered. Be grounded and be at the peace with the Christ within. That's our choice. Or do we get caught up in the the hamster wheel of thinking that leads us all kinds of places? And in my faith, understanding and love are becoming one. What therefore God hath joined together, let man not put asunder. So again, man can put a lot of things asunder. Human beings can put a lot of things asunder and make it not the greatest, most constructive, peaceful, loving place to be, but that's our choice. But we choose God and Spirit to focus on, instead of using our egos, and instead of using other thought ideas that will lead to less than peaceful circumstances. And one of the things I honestly struggle with, like this week and other times, is I don't totally understand racism from a spiritual perspective. I don't know. To me, it's like, well, if God is all powerful and omnipresent, if God wanted one color skin, we'd have one color skin. It isn't that way, people. So that's Spirit expressing in many ways. And one color versus another, it doesn't make sense to me. It's dissolute. That's something I just cannot see in being focused on God and the racism. So what do we do with all this is the question, right? What do we do with these thoughts, this great statement by Myrtle? Well, personal responsibility and taking ownership is critical. It's also like the fifth principle in the Unity 5 principles and moving forward. So here's my recommendation as we go forward in this week and in this world. Number one, ask yourself, what brings peace to you? What brings peace to your mind and your heart? And focus on those things. Do those things. Okay? That will make you more peaceful. It'll make you more happy. It'll make you more joyful, our theme for Daily Word today. Okay? What brings peace to you? And do it. What brings peace to your mind? Is it silent meditation? Is it guided meditation? Is it walking in the Arboretum or some other beautiful nature spot? What is it that brings peace to your mind? Do that. And then the next question is, how do you bring that peace out into expression? I think first step of bringing peace to ourselves helps the collective consciousness, because we're inserting that peaceful consciousness into the ocean of consciousness. But then, how do I bring that peace into expression? And it can be done in many ways as there are people. And it can be very practical, or it could be very spiritual, it could be very individual, or it could be group. I mean, for example, when we had some violence and trashing in Madison downtown last weekend, that was Saturday night, I believe, 7 o'clock Sunday morning, with communication through Facebook, we had hundreds of people down on State Street cleaning it up at 7 a.m. By 8:30, it was pretty much cleaned up. That's bringing peace into expression, because that's saying that's who we are. We're not the people that destroy things and do all this stuff. This is peace. So whatever it is, make a call to someone. Bring a flower home. I don't know, do your gardening. Whatever it might be, our peace that we can express in many ways. And we want to bring that into expression. So that's our challenge as we go forth, is to find the peace in ourselves and then bring the peace out in the world. And so, to close, just going to affirm this statement by Myrtle Fillmore again. So just take a moment to breathe and focus. I do not believe in evil. I believe in good. I do not believe in sin. I believe in truth. I do not believe in want. I believe in abundance. I do not believe in death. I believe in life. I do not believe in ignorance. I believe in intelligence. There are no discords in my being. Being is peace. My faith, understanding, and love are becoming one. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. Thank you. Peace be still. Okay. We just want to acknowledge at this time our children, youth ed, and work Helen and the staff have done to make that happen, both in person today and online with Zoom. And we have our blessing for our youth and youth ed department. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Thank you. And also, today is the first Sunday in June. So, it's birthday celebration, June time.
Now we got one.
Yeah. So does anyone in here have a birthday in June? Okay, so we got two. All right. And now is the time to share our tithes and love offerings. And as you prepare those, or you can give online on the website, there's a donation button there. We have a basket over here so that you can leave things as you go. We're not passing it around. So let us affirm together our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And now we'll have our other special music.